We haven't crossed enough yesterday. This is Arkaroola where we are coming from.
I'll just give a brief explanation to break the silence. Actually, it's so silent up here.
Oh,
beautiful.
that's so awesome.
This lookout's called Coulthard's Lookout. You may have seen the sign down there. Coulthard, it's not the racing driver. It's actually an Aboriginal elder of the area called Andy Coulthard, who showed Red Sprigg around the area quite a bit and told him a lot of stories. And one place he told the stories from was actually this spot. He took him up here and showed him a couple of features, and so they named this lookout after him. Just what we can see, you can see Lake Frome out there, distance out the plains. That's that white strip along the horizon. Lake Frome's around about 100 kilometres long and about 50 kilometres wide. And it's basically where all Arkaroola's creeks run out to. Well, they hardly ever make it out there actually. The lake's only filled about 4 times this century, and it gets a puddle in it every now and again.
Is it just salting?
Yeah, it's just a salt pan basically. Yeah. One of the major creeks that runs out to Lake Frome actually is Arkaroola Creek, which we just drove into just down the bottom here. Arkaroola Creek exits the range about where Lake Frome disappears down the southern end. And it actually starts, Arkaroola Creek actually starts in the Gammon Ranges, which is those hills right in there in the distance. The tallest mountain in the Gammon is a hill called Benbonyaki Hill Mountains, and that's what actually inspired the Arkaroola Dreamtime Serpent story. You may have heard of it, but if you haven't, I might just explain it. Because that's where Arkaroola got its name from the serpent. Way back in the Dreamtime, Arkaroola used to live up on in the Gammon Ranges National Park, and he woke up one morning and was very thirsty, and he actually saw Lake Frome down there, and Lake Frome was full of water at that stage. So he crawled his way down and actually drank Lake Frome dry, and that's why it's dry now. And after drinking all that water, because it was so salty, he felt a bit ill afterwards. And so he decided to crawl back home and sleep it off. And so on the way back, because he was a lot heavier, he carved out Arkaroola Creek. And that's what made Tillite Gorge, Bararana Gorge, Arkaroola Gorge, all along the way. Sure, you done that. So every now and again he had to stop and go to the toilet. And that's what left all the little water holes along the way. And, so that teaches you not to drink out of the water holes, doesn't it? Yeah. But he now lives up in the Gammon Ranges at a place called Yaki Waterhole, and you can still hear his stomach rumbling every now and again. And that's the 40 earth tremors we get here per year. On average, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty active area actually. We've got a seismograph and everything set up. Yeah. Now, just geologically, a bit more logical to our minds, the way it was formed. It's quite unique, Arkaroola, compared to the rest of the Flinders. From Mount Oliphant, which is this large mountain right here in front of us, all the way down to Wilpena Pound, all the way down to Adelaide actually, is all part of a thing called the Adelaide Geosyncline, which is basically all sedimentary rock, dated around about 500 to 900 million years old. And sedimentary rock is where sediments just wash down in layers, and about 50 million years ago that sediment actually got squeezed and warped, and so got all these mountain ranges pushed up. Now from Mount Oliphant north, it's a different story. Most of this rock in this area is around about basically this here was, well, this was here while that was still forming, so yeah, that's sort of what makes it so special. while we're looking in this direction, you can see Mount Painter on the right there, the tallest mountain you can see. It's not the tallest mountain in Arkaroola. The tallest is in the Freeling Heights, which is that range right in the background. And just to the left of the Freeling Heights is a rounded top mountain with little ears. That's called the Armchair, if you've got a good imagination. Yeah, we'll see better later on. Just to the left of the Armchair is a TV. No, it's not. Is a long ridge running along. You can actually see a couple of roads running up it. Very long ridge. And that's called Radium Ridge. And that's where the concentration of most of the uranium mining occurred. And they actually first found it on that ridge way back in 1910. First uranium was found. And they mined it, stopped, mined it, stopped, mined it, stopped, mined it, stopped. And then Exxon came through and finished it off. They did a big 3-year search, found nothing. So everyone's given up now. They're not going to come back. And you can see our track's sort of meandering on its way through the hills. Down there in the valley, that's Sunshine Pound down there we're going to drive into. We actually go between Mount Painter and the Armchair and end up on the other side of Mount Painter eventually, if we make it. We will. Out there it's sort of, it doesn't look very white, right at the edges, it's more muddy.
Det var inte salt. Det är helt chikas så tavak. Jos mind vulkaanikos teviik on tätengerooti vulkaanikos teviik ensin.
About 3 years, and in 2 weeks, it's gone.
You've been working on that for the last 10 years, haven't you?
I've been there since